morning, happy Wednesday. It is almost 8:30. Sophia and I just walked through the door. Hey, say hi to your friends. Oh, okay. It's one of those days, huh? We just walked through the door. I got up so early today. I was up by 5 o'clock in the shower. I just walked through the door and it's that like, oh, kids are in school feeling. You know what I'm saying? Like, dropped them off, get ready to start the day. I have a busy Wednesday. Wednesday is notoriously my least favorite day of the week because it's where I have the least amount of energy. Also doesn't help that I have a giant zit right in the center of my, can you see it? It's like a mountain. It hurts to touch it, but it's not like, I feel like it's brewing and it's making me really uncomfortable and upset at my life. So we have a very busy day. I have a therapy appointment. It's like a get to know you therapy appointment to see if this is a therapist that we want to work with. And then I have to pick up Daniel from school, and then Mateo has his wellness, like his annual visit. And then after that, he has therapy. Oh, it's going to be one of those days. My hair is still wet. I'm trying to let it dry a little bit before I air wrap it. Today's probably the only day this week that it's not going to rain, so I might as well do something with my hair. I'm all scatterbrained, you guys. So this vlog very well. What is going on with your... Here we go. Super scatterbrained. It's what Wednesdays are just dumb. Wednesdays are dumb. What's your least favorite day of the week? That's a very important question. Wednesdays are dumb. I try to do something. Let me put you down. Okay. Oh my goodness. Oh, you know what? I need to show you guys this. You need to tell me what your least favorite day of the week is. I like to schedule something fun on Wednesdays. So if it's something that I'm looking forward to or something that I want to do, I do it on Wednesdays. That way it kind of like turns my mood around. But let me show you guys this. I found the cutest $20 maxi dress at Target. And it's perimenopause friendly. I'll show you why. So it looks like you're just looking at a cute ribbed tank top, right? I love the high neck, so you don't have to worry about your bra or like things falling out. You know, like when you're like heavy chested, like I am, it's really hard to find shirts because you like fall out of it. So it's like a high crew, which I love. That was all a joke, by the way. But look at the fabric. So it is super thick and ribbed. This is my double chin. One of my favorite colors, but it is a dress. Do you like say hello to our friend? I told Parker the other day, I was like, do you want to touch the baby? You know what? Attitude is everything. Perspective is everything. So this is the new stage in life that I'm in. Let me show you the whole dress. You're not here to talk about my peri-weight. So I'm sucking it in right now in case you're wondering. The reason I really like this dress is because it's a very thick material, so you don't have to use special undergarments. You don't have to use like special Spanx or anything. It's super, super thick. So it's going to smooth things out and be really friendly. Fine, hold a second. There you go. And it just, I don't know, it's really flattering and so comfortable. Look how long it is. You guys know how tall your friend is. Has a little slit, but it's not like a, you know what I'm saying? It's not like a, hey, we're open for business today slit. It's just high enough on the side. Isn't that cute? So for today, I just threw it on with sneakers, and then I'm going to wear a denim jacket for all the appointments that we have later today. But I was like, I got to tell my friends about this. And you know when I like something? Look, none of my bottoms fit right now. I keep telling you none of my clothes fits, but that's a lie because my shoes still fit and my tops still fit. It's anything that involves like from the bra band down. I was going to say strap. From the bra band down, none of that fits. So I got a different color. These are two of my favorite colors when it comes to clothes. Like sapphire, emerald, cobalt blue, navy blue, and white. Those are probably like if my entire wardrobe could be 4 different colors, it would be those colors. These are my absolute favorites. Of course, they have the whites and the tans and the black, but I already got a black maxi dress from Walmart, which I really love because it has pockets. So I thought I would share it with my friends. And I have to air wrap my hair, but I won't film that because I still get a little cranky when I use my air wrap because it takes a little, it takes a little finesse. Wednesday was probably not the right attitude day for me to use an air wrap, but how fast has my hair grown? Look at that. I went at the end of March. It's the beginning of May. It's been a month. This is how much my hair has grown. You can't complain about having like a mustache when your hair grows this fast. You know, you can't pick and choose where you want your hair to grow, you know? I would, though, appreciate if it got a little thicker, because those hormones, man, they are making me feel like I had a baby a couple of months ago. Anyway, I'm not here to complain. I'm here to say hi to my friends. Hey, you guys, 11 o'clock. Okay, maybe I don't know how to use the air wrap yet, because this is, we're just gonna hope it settles down just a little bit. We are currently wrapping up an order that I had to cancel this morning because, see, Etsy's weird. It allows you to check out as a guest. It's better if you create an account, but if you check out as a guest, I can't send you a message. So then I have to like dive into the order, send you an email. But I guess my email, because it's from like YouTube, it goes to your junk mail. Anyway, it was this whole thing. So I had to cancel an order because I couldn't reach my customer. And I guess when she got the cancel notification, she went into her Etsy and was like, whoa, 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 no, let's do this. And so we were able to communicate. I was like, okay, Wednesdays and Thursdays are a day that you could find me in my office doing this. If you don't catch me on that day, it waits until like the following, which is why I have such a long production time when you place an order. There are very few days where I can sit down. And the reason that I've done it that way is because I want to do something from start to finish. I don't like to do the project like halfway, like do something and then finish it another day. Have there been times that I do that? Yeah, but I get called away. But sit down and like sit for hours where like my watch is like stand up, or my Oura ring's like, hello, do you want to move your legs a little bit? I think it says stretch your legs, ? Anyway, so she caught me and I was able to answer all the questions I had from the order that I had to cancel. And we actually just finished. Hold on, let me model it. Oh my goodness. You know, the best part of it too is that I got to communicate with her and see a picture of her baby. Oh my goodness. It's like a brand new baby, you know, like the brand new baby smell. Okay, so our friend Rebecca ordered a badge lanyard. So that is a lanyard that looks like this. And then you have, sorry, I'm obviously prepared for this. It's a badge that looks like a lanyard that looks like this. It has a little lobster clasp at the end, and then there is a badge at the bottom. The badge can be hooked on here to the lanyard, or you can just wear the badge on your clothes. So it's like a 2-for-1. You get the lanyard, you get the badge, but they're separatable. Detachable. So, oh gosh, you did it. So she caught me at my desk, and this is the catch. The catch was I had already made a badge for her and she wanted me to redo it, but in this format. And I was like, I don't keep my designs. Like, I do it once and I delete it. And it's not for space. It's not for anything. It's just, I don't know. I feel like if you buy a design and you want me to duplicate it, I'll do something similar, but I don't like to sell the same design unless it's already something that I've pre-made and is already listed on my, like in my Etsy shop. But if you order a custom from scratch, shouldn't it be like custom from scratch? But then I run into this where they're like, I loved it so much. Can you redo it? I'm like, I can try. I think I got it pretty close to what the original looked like. It's pretty dead on, except I added a few more flowers because she wanted to tie in the red, like the pops of red into the lanyard. So I added some red flowers, which weren't there in the original design. That's like those little clay sprinkles. So this will go clipped onto this and she can wear it together, or she can just do the badge. Does that make sense? Anyway, I ran out of mesh bags. Don't look at this. I can feel it. Like anytime I move my face, which is every time I talk, I feel the pain. I ran out of the little mesh zipper bags. I'm telling you, like, this is going to be the concept of all of my vlogs. I ran out of detergent. I ran out of my drops. I ran out, like, who is this girl? So I do have these. These are little pouches that I bought to make bracelets, which I fully intend to do at some point when I have the time to like answer all the questions. It's just so hard to be like, okay, I make bracelets, but like, what's the sizes? Should I have them pre-made? Should they be custom made? Like, what kind of beads do I use? Like, how do I stipulate that they're not going to stay perfect forever? It's a lot. I spiral. I go down the overthinking spiral. So I bought these for bracelet sets, and I thought it would look really cute in here. And I glue these little patches onto the front. Hopefully it dries in time. glue little patches on front so that she could use this for, I don't know, earbuds, makeup, her bathing suit, whatever. I thought they were really cute. So we're going to wrap that up and send it off because the actual real like distribution post office is really close to where we're going. And that way it'll be in circulation by the end of today, which is really nice. Like that, I like to go to that post office because that one will mail your packages in that same day. Whereas the one that's super close, they'll sit there until the next collection time, which is usually probably a full 24 hours, which is fine, but you know, sooner is better. So what else was I going to tell you guys about my fabulous hair? I made a smoothie this morning, you guys. I'm trying to like baby step my way into better choices. And I feel like if I pig out this whole week and I eat like an animal, doing Prolon with Parker is going to be really hard. Have we decided that we're going to do it for sure? No. Has he greenlit the project? Yes. Is it out for delivery today? Also yes. Will he be back this weekend? He gets home Friday night. Also yes. So I want to be prepared. You know, it's one of those things where I'm just going to, should we do it now? It's also Mother's Day this weekend. And I wanted to share, like my whole intention this week was to film a haul of what I bought myself for Mother's Day. I just flat out text Parker. I was like, can I get this and this for myself for Mother's Day? He's like, yup. But the boys keep insisting on shopping, getting me something for Mother's Day. And typically they do that with their father, which they're not going to be able to do. So they're like, well, how about, can we use some of our allowance money? And then like you wait in the car and we can get you something. I'm like, no, baby, you guys are not going to use that money to buy me something. I don't need anything. I'm fully happy. Like I got what I wanted, but it's something they look forward to. And I know Mateo is incredibly thoughtful and generous. So it's something that is very important to him. So I told him like, when Parker comes back this weekend, then maybe you guys can head out with him and, you know, go have lunch or do something, have like a boys' day, and he can take you guys to buy me something special. And I framed it as like, oh, you know, I'm going to be so tired this week because Parker hasn't been here. So I could use that little break. That could be part of my gift. And they're like, oh, okay. You know, so cute. Anyway, I need to wrap this up and then we got to head out the door. It's going to be such a busy afternoon. I hate busy afternoons where you have to like pick up the kids early from school and rush them to appointments and stuff. Like, I don't handle that kind of stress well. You know, I handle other stress really well. I don't handle any stress well. Does anybody really? But that rushing, the accountability of time, I don't thrive in that environment. Do you? What is the only sensible thing to do when you leave therapy? There's only one answer. And I'll give you a clue. In-N-Out is down the street. Oh, that was so much harder than I thought it was going to be. Jesus Cristo, oh my goodness. Anyway, it was a great appointment. It was a great, you know, there are so many people in mental health that shouldn't be. And there are so many people that are in this area or field to help people that are like really struggling with things, or families that are really struggling with things, children that are really struggling, and they're just like in the wrong career. But to meet somebody and just know like your hunch, your gut, your mind is like, this person cares. This person must have their own therapist because of how much they care. So it was a really, really great appointment. It was an hour and a half, you guys. I've never had an intro with a counselor that was that long. So I guess that might even be a good sign, you know, that she really wants to get all the information. But it's still pretty hard, you know, like therapy is not supposed to be easy. I wish people would talk about that. Like, it's hard. It doesn't feel good. In fact, it's gross, you know, like all of the things you thought you knew, all of the stuff that you're familiar with, that you're comfortable with, all of your coping mechanisms, like therapy, the best way I can describe therapy is you built your home from the bottom up, like from scratch. Someone built you from scratch. You didn't get that choice because you were a baby, right? So someone laid the foundation, someone put up the walls, someone divided the rooms, you know, picked the paint. And then as an adult, when you decide, I think it's time, and you go, you have to be willing to take a sledgehammer and tear it all down. The paint color that felt familiar, the smell that felt familiar, the where the rooms were, how many bathrooms you have that all felt familiar. You have to be comfortable with taking that hammer and just knocking it down and being like, all right, let's rebuild, but we're gonna do it the right way this time. It's hard. It is not for the faint of heart. And the amount of people that start but don't continue because it's so hard, I would say that percentage is probably higher than the people that just don't go at all. Like, there's gonna be people like my mom that will always say, like, therapists are for crazy people. I don't need help. I could just talk to Jesus and not have a relationship with their kids, you know? So there's those people. And then there's the people that are like, okay, everyone keeps telling me I need to go to therapy, and then they go to therapy and then they quit after 2 sessions because it feels really, really scary. Hey, you know what? That's how it feels. It's not supposed to be easy. Hell, when you go to the doctor because you have a broken leg and you need surgery to fix the leg, do like puppies repair the break? Like, puppies don't lick the cast on. Puppies don't lick the bolts and the screws into your leg. Like, you gotta go through the hard process. You gotta go to rehab. You gotta relearn how to walk. It's the same thing when you're healing your heart and your brain. Like, you gotta do the hard work. And as a firm, loyal, faithful believer in therapy, like, I can't recommend it enough. Heck, you could probably feel like your life is roses, dandelions, whatever. Just insert a flower here and butterflies and rainbows. And I think anybody can find something useful in therapy. So anyway, I gotta go inside because I have to pee, and I was doing that like awkward goodbye. It was so great meeting you. Awkward goodbye. You're like running out the door. You don't want to like have to pee there too, because that would be really weird. I should probably tell my therapist about that. So I'm gonna go inside and use the restroom, and then I'm gonna bring my food, and then I'm gonna eat it in the car like a normal person would. It's a treat for myself. I earned it. I hate the word deserve. I need to erase it from my vocabulary. I deserved it. I feel like I earned it. I definitely earned me some In-N-Out. Look at this beauty. Yeah. I just get a cheeseburger with onions and chopped chilies. So I don't get like the double or anything. In the past, had you met me a couple years ago, I would do 2 cheeseburgers, 2 fries, and a soda. But she doesn't get to vote anymore. This is it. Look at this. Isn't it perfect? I feel like I got shysted a little bit on the lettuce, but otherwise, it's a good day.